And we've now seen for the first time that surveillance image of the suspected shooter with those red shoes, the hoodie, the mask, and that denim jacket that we saw there. It is still an active shooter situation. That shooter is still on the loose on the campus of Michigan State in East Lansing. Earlier tonight, Governor Whitmer issuing a statement saying, quote, "I have been briefed on the shooting at Michigan State University. The Michigan State Police, along with MSU police, local law enforcement, and first responders are on the ground. Let's wrap our arms around the Spartan community tonight. We will keep everyone updated as we learn more." And students we heard from tell us that they were in class when reports of an active shooter started.
We were all sitting in the dining hall and we weren't allowed to leave, and then all of a sudden I heard go and didn't think twice. It was just kind of just book it and get out as fast as I can.
It was a natural instinct to just run.
And then we just heard go again, and we ended up at the parking lot, and now we're here.
Again, at least 5 victims in this shooting. Some of those transported to area hospitals with what we are told are life-threatening injuries. We have several crews on the ground in East Lansing. Let's go to our Andrea, who's now on the campus of East Lansing. Andrea, what can you tell us?
Kirk, we're here at the James B. Henry Center for Executive Development, about 3 miles away from where the shooting happened. Now, earlier this evening, about 30 minutes ago, we heard from Michigan State Police to tell us about what happened. Now, just to recap kind of what happened at 8:18 this evening. They received 911 calls of a shooting at Berkey Hall, and when police arrived to that scene, they located several victims. It appears that the suspected shooter then went to a close-by building, the MSU Union, and there was a shooting there as well. At least 5 victims were transported to the hospital, and some have life-threatening injuries. Now, we did just receive surveillance footage of the suspected shooter, a short male wearing a denim jacket, red sneakers, and for law enforcement here, they're really emphasizing that there is a lot of speculation online right now, whether that be on Twitter or through scanner traffic, and they want to emphasize that this is still an active situation. The suspected shooter is still at large, and they are still trying to keep everyone safe. We did hear from Michigan State University Police a little bit earlier, and here's what they had to say.
There were at least 5 victims. All 5 victims were transported to the hospital. Some of those victims do have life-threatening injuries. The suspect in this incident, and we believe there to be one suspect, was last seen leaving the MSU Union on foot out of the north side of that building. We are just receiving surveillance footage of that suspect. Initial information is that the suspect is a black male, shorter in stature, wearing red shoes, a jean jacket, and a ball cap.
Now we're going to hear again from the police in about a half an hour, and we are hearing from them that there are false reports of shootings, and they want to continue to emphasize to listen to their press conferences so that we can hear from them what is actually happening here on campus. We will be back with you in about a half hour for that press conference.
Okay, Andrea, thank you so much. Again, this all began at Berkey Hall. This is right in the heart of East Lansing. If you are familiar at all with that area, it's right downtown. It is sandwiched between like Abbott and Farm Lane, and it is right near, Douglas J. Salon is down there. The Tin Can is still down there in that area. Cottage Inn is there. Chipotle is right there. The Broad Museum. This is right in the heart of East Lansing. It began at Berkey and then went to the MSU Union. We want to get to our Micah Cho, who is down in that area, to see what he has to say. Micah Cho, what's happening where you're at?
Kirk, you just mentioned Farm Lane. That's where we are, Farm Lane and East Circle Drive near, I'm going to take this out real quick. I'm hearing myself, but we're off of Farm Lane and East Circle Drive, kind of by Berkey Hall. Colin, I'll have you kind of show the scene a little bit. We have police officers outside of buildings with long guns and we still have that heavy police presence that you guys kind of saw us have over by Michigan and Grand River Avenue. Again, pretty quiet out here, obviously because of the lockdowns, and it's the same thing that we're seeing over here as Grand River Avenue in Michigan. And like I said, we'll be here, and we're gonna try to see if we can find anybody to talk to us and share us what they heard for now. In East Lansing, Micah Cho, 13 on your side.
Okay, Micah, thank you so much. Again, this is an active situation. People are being told to shelter in place still some 3 hours after it all began, around 8:18 p.m. this evening. It began at Berkey Hall, where they found some victims. Sadly, other victims were found at the MSU Union building next door. Total of at least, they said at least 5 victims, of those suffering life-threatening injuries. Then this suspect left on foot. He is still on the loose. All campus activities have been canceled for the next 48 hours. Here is the surveillance image. Take a good look at this. He is described as a short male wearing this mask. Now, we don't know at this point. He may have ditched this jacket and the hoodie and this entire outfit for all we know. But do not come to campus for the next 48 hours.